Namaste, friends. Let's come into a practice that will be directed towards our digestion, assimilation, and elimination. So, including a lot of different compressions to stimulate our abdomen and to increase the flow of pranic energy in our bellies. Let's start in child's pose in a nice prostration position with the big toes touching. Hands together, let's draw the forehead down to the mat. Begin to wiggle in. Take a few slow, longer, more complete breaths. Allow for gentle compression of the abdomen on the right side and the left side against your thighs. And each time you exhale, draw the tailbone down, allowing more length to grow through the spine as the forehead descends down onto the ground. Simply get a sense of what it feels like to be in your body right now. Be aware of the compression of the front part of the body, allowing us to breathe a little bit more through the back part of our lungs, giving way for more space in the back ribs, greater elongation through the spine. And as you settle into a rhythmic, more balanced breath, spread your fingers nice and wide, plant them on the floor, shoulder width, come up into table position. Curl the toes under, take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Relax your toes, breathe out around the spine. Do that 2 more times. Lengthening on the inhalation, creating distance between crown and tailbone. And as you exhale, drawing the belly in, completing, releasing all the air. Gentle expansion and contraction from the breath. And the next time you take an exhalation, move back into your child's pose. Soft elbows. As you inhale, stand up on your knees, float the arms skyward, look up to your thumbs. Release the breath, come back down through child's. Float into your table pose, breathe in. And do that again. Breathe out, go back to child's. Breathe in, float the arms skyward. Breathe out, release forward into child's, hands down, elbows soft. Table pose. Back through child's. Arms float skyward. And surrender back to the ground. Let's do 2 more rounds. Onto all fours. Let the breath carry you there. Feel the fullness of the breath as you reach back, bum to heels. Extend and expand upwards. Look to your thumbs. Fold forward. As you move from your table pose, go into downward facing dog. Pause there for a moment, bring the feet hip distance apart. Spreading fingers and toes, find a sense of groundedness through 4 limbs on the floor. Allow for some even space in all the joints of your body, scanning from the tips of your fingers, along the edges of your arms, your elbows, your shoulders. And if you can scan along also from your crown to your tailbone, between each rib, at the hip joint where the femur attaches in the hip joint, allowing the pelvis to expand each time you breathe in your sacrum. And as you descend down your legs, feeling the upper thigh bone and downwards towards the lower leg bones, your ankles, your feet. And then bend your right knee, descend the left heel down into the floor, and tilt the pelvis over to the left side. I invite you to ground more firmly through the right hand as you do that. Take another breath and notice how the sensation changes as you alter the center of your gravity. And then come back through the middle, drop the right heel down to the floor, exaggerate the bend through the left knee, evenly pressing through both hands and the ball mounds of your fingers. And tilt the pelvis over to the right side. And noticing more space perhaps through the left side torso and the waist. That lung taking in more air on the left side, maybe more than the right. See how that feels as you drop your balance more to one side or the other. And as you come back through the center, let's take mini steps forward between the hands. Lengthen forward, take a breath in. Soft knees, forward fold. Bend your knees, come into a squat. Chair pose, float the arms forward, lengthen the torso up. Looking up to the ceiling, take another full breath. When you're ready to exhale, sweep the fingertips down to the floor, stay in your squat and do that 3 more times. Floating the torso and the arms upward, sink your hips maybe a little bit deeper. Forward fold, compress the belly towards your thighs. Again. Follow the breath in on the way up. Follow the breath out on the way down. Bending the knees, awakening your thighs and your legs. This time, step back to plank pose. Hands under the shoulders, feet hip distance apart. Activate your legs so that you're pressing firmly in towards your heels. Shoulders down, broaden the collarbones. Take a pause. Allow both knees to come down to the floor now. Chin, chest, lower, belly, full prostration. Hands come together overhead. Lengthen your body. Draw the pelvis down into the floor. Active gluteal muscles and thigh muscles. Take another breath. Take the hands under the shoulders now. Move into a gentle cobra. Allow those collarbones to smile, the shoulders to reach down. The crown lifts. And exhale, release, push back into your downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Once again, finding the length through all the limbs. Going as long as you can through the front body and the back body. Allow for 1 more deep breath. And as you exhale, you'll begin to walk the feet between the hands again. When you get there, halfway lift, spine reaches forward, heart lifts, forward fold. On the exhale, compress the belly into the spine, soft knees. Let's rise up through the squat. Drop the hips, lift and open up through the spine, the torso, right up through the arms. Sweep the fingertips down to the floor. Compress the belly to the thighs. 2 more like that, please. Inhale, lengthen arms, torso lifts. Forward fold, belly draws to the thighs. Sink as deeply as you'd like into the legs, sending the hips back. Even balance through both feet. Step back to your plank pose when you come to the bottom the next time. Spreading fingers and toes. Reach back through your heels, drawing the abdomen in. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the sternum forward, collarbones expand. Take another full deep breath here. Knees come down to the floor, chin, chest lowers. Arms extend out in front of you. Lengthen your entire body. Activate your thighs and your gluteal muscles. Take 2 breaths. Allowing for an evenness between a little activation in the muscles and the elongation and stretch. Push back to your downward facing dog. Hands come under the shoulders. And breathe. Begin to walk the feet between the hands again. Halfway lift. Finding length through the waist. Forward fold. Bend your knees, squat, sweep the arms forward and upward. Lifting as you come up. Forward fold down. 3 of those. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips a little bit deeper. Forward fold, abdomen reaches towards the thighs, crown extends down to the floor. Even weight from the heels and the ball mounds of your feet. Stay there, step back to plank. Breathe, spreading fingers and toes. Reach towards your heels, awaken your thigh muscles, awaken the lower belly. Feel that you're drawing the pubic bone up towards the navel, activating a little bit more heat through the abdomen here. contracting and strengthening and stabilizing all the muscles around your spine and deeper abdominal muscles. Lower the knees to the floor, chin, chest come down. Extend the arms forward, reaching from fingers to toes, hands together. And breathe. Hands come under the shoulders. Lengthen, open into your cobra pose. And release down, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, draw both knees to the floor. Sit to your heels. Float both arms up, look to your thumbs. And take a breath. As you draw your hands down, make fists with your hands. The thumbs come on the inside of the fingers and place them just on your lower belly, somewhere between the navel and the pubic bone. As you exhale, forward fold the torso. Inhale, come back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Each time, notice if the hands come a little bit more deeply into the belly. If there's any tightness, adhesions, or sensitivity, let's stay there at the bottom and just wiggle your hands a little bit. You're releasing any built up tension that may be inhibiting the flow of our digestion, elimination, circulation. So as you give yourself a little bit of belly massage here, wiggling those knuckles or wrist or fist in towards the abdomen, forward, back, left to right. We'll come up again and do Kapalabhati. So as you lift the torso, take a moment to breathe here. Hands come down onto the thighs. Close your eyes. Allow for a deep abdominal breath, and let's begin 20 rounds of Kapalabhati. Let's begin. Exhale completely, no breath, hands on the belly, forward fold. Keep suspending the breath. When the need for inhalation is strong, inhale, lift the torso back up. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Exhale, relax. Float the arms skyward, take a breath in, look to your thumbs. Breathe out, take the hands to your belly. Make your fist in forward fold. As you inhale, come back up. Hands on your thighs. Let's do another round like that, Kapalabhati. Take a breath in, let's begin. The end of the exhale, hands in the abdomen, breathe out. No breath, go forwards, suspend the breath out. When the need for inhalation is strong, breathe in, come up. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Soften your face, your shoulders, your torso. Engage your pelvic floor muscles. Just hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, release the breath. Float the arms up, breathe in, look to your thumbs. And breathe out, hands come back to your thighs. Let's move back in through downward facing dog. As you inhale, expand the upper rib cage, breathe through the back part of your lungs as well. As you breathe out, draw the belly inwards towards the spine, grow longer, stronger, more stable. Notice if anything is different. Draw the feet close together, a three-legged dog with the right leg extended up and back. Press to your heel. Press away from your hands, long and broad through the shoulders. Bend your right knee, send your right knee up to the ceiling, and allow that right foot to move over to the left side as you draw the tailbone under. Even weight through both hands, look under your right arm. Even out your breath. So nourishing for our cardiovascular system, digestive health, our brain inversions are great for inverting that circulation, bringing more blood flow through the entire body, stability through our joints. As you come on through, step that right foot in between the hands. We're going into Warrior Two. Back foot turns in 45 degrees. Line up your heels. Windmill that left arm up and back and look through the front fingertips. Even the weight through both feet. Draw the torso nice and tall, shoulders over the hips. And breathe. Triangle pose, lengthen your front leg, grow long through the torso, reach forward through the fingertips, allow the waist to lengthen over the thigh. Gently place that hand on the inner leg, opposite arm reaches up to the ceiling. You can choose to follow your gaze either at the lower hand or the upper hand. And keep growing long and strong as you anchor through the feet, active through your thighs, elongating through both sides of your waist. Bend your front knee, side angle stretch, placing the forearm on that front thigh on the right leg, extending the left arm overhead. From the hip down, grounding through the foot, from the waist, through the shoulder, out to the tips of the fingers, we grow longer. Roll those lower ribs through to the front to stay open. Breathe in through the expansion, especially on that left lung. Might feel different to breathe through the right side or the left side right now. This is going to move us into a lunge pose. So we pivot that back foot straight as we turn the torso towards the floor. Keep extending through that arm. Place your hands down towards the floor. This moves us into a side plank, being supported on the left hand. So bring your right foot either on top of the left foot or cross behind for a little added stability. You choose. Keep lifting the pelvis upwards towards the ceiling. Shoulders down. Feel that stability through the side body, your core. Stimulating your abdominal core. Nice and strong to support all those internal organs. Take another breath and sweep back into plank pose. Pause and breathe. Align your hands under the shoulders, feet hip distance. And as you exhale, elevate back to your downward facing dog. Take a full breath. Feet come together. We do that same sequence on the other side. Three-legged dog through the left leg. Reach out, press through the heel. Move away from those hands. Get long through the arms. Side body, spine. Bend the left knee now. Send the left knee up towards the ceiling. Reach the foot over towards the right side. Take the tailbone under slightly. After that next full breath, we're moving towards Warrior Two. So we'll sweep that left foot between the hands. Back foot turns in 45 degrees. Line up your heels. Windmill the right arm up and back. And come to your Warrior Two. Extend through both arms. Strong and evenly grounded through both legs. And feel where your sense of centeredness is here, from the shoulders through the hips. Side triangle pose. We lengthen the front leg, go long through the torso, and place the hand on the inner lower leg. Extend the opposite arm up. You can gaze either upwards at the hand or downwards towards the lower hand. Strong thighs. Let's draw those lower ribs through towards the front, creating more space in those internal organs, stimulating but also opening and breathing. Prepare for side angles. We bend through the front knee so that your left knee, forearm comes to the thigh. Right arm sweeps over the head. Getting that sense of that duality of the groundedness from the hip down to the outer edge of your foot, yet the side body through the shoulder, arm to fingertips here in the front. Exploring your own space between that stability and flexibility. Let every cell in your body smile. Feels good. This will draw us into lunge pose. So we turn the back foot straight. That right arm still reaches forward as we pivot to the pelvis forward and straight. Breathe, take fingertips or both hands down towards the floor. This will prepare for our side plank. We'll anchor the right hand down on the floor. Sweep your left foot back, either on top of the opposite foot or behind you for added stability you choose. Lift the pelvis upwards. Strong through the core, tightening your belt, belly in. The breath in, the breath out. Stay smooth, even while you're challenged. Let this float you forward into plank pose. Pause and breathe. Find your base of support through the hands and the feet. When you're ready to exhale again, move through downward facing dog. Steady the breath once again. Let yourself move through yogic squat here so you can walk your feet forward about halfway between the distance of your hands and your feet, turning the feet outwards. Staying either on the balls of the feet or your heels, take the hands together. Open the knees with your elbows. Find the distance between your feet so that you can get that stability that you need. Gluing the hands together, let the elbows open the knees so that you can lengthen through the upper torso, but just let the sacrum and the tailbone drop down. So soothing and opening for the hip joint and the lower part of our digestive system. So let the belly, the lower part of your belly, just expand and contract as you breathe in and breathe out. And you can either stay here or join me in crow pose as you play, either balancing or just holding. Hands come to the ground, feet come together a little closer, and then just feel that sense of rocking from hands to balls of the feet. Maybe you play, one foot lifts, or maybe you don't lift, or maybe both feet lift. The trick is to look farther ahead. Find that space of center. Come back on through into your yogic squat. From the yogic squat, we just have a seat and send the legs forward. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for the outer edges of your feet. Walk your bum back. Slowly the head moves towards the knees, so soothing for the frontal brain. Compressing through the front part of the abdomen, but opening little doorways here in the lower back, your adrenals, your kidneys, letting the spine fold forward gently. We're not forcing or straining to get anywhere. Gradually, when you're ready to inhale again, float the arms skyward. Take a pause when you get there. Sitting evenly on both sit bones, reaching evenly through both heels. Sending energy upwards through all 10 fingertips. And hands come back down alongside of your body. Find the middle of your mat as you come down onto your back now. Draw your knees towards your chest when you get there. Open the arms nice and wide, palms down. And as you exhale, let both knees move over to the right side, taking the knees right up into the crease of the elbow or towards the shoulder. Turn your head to the left. And we simply take a moment to watch, and that's watching internally for sensation, allowing whatever's there, whatever's rising to the surface to be there fully. And breathe. Feeling comforted that's at this moment in your body. Steadying the mind as it follows the breath and the current of energy. As you become ready to breathe in again, start to float that left thigh open, the right leg will follow, and both knees will move over to the left side, lifting the knees high towards the elbow or the shoulder. Head turns to the right. Do your best to keep the upper back and the back of the shoulders anchored onto the floor. And descend the breath into your belly. Just feel soothed in this position. Beautiful to open facet joints for our lower and mid spine. Releases the abdomen, colon, kidneys, and very nourishing for all the elimination organs in your body. So your lungs, your kidneys, your colon. When you're ready to inhale again, take your knees back towards the center. Place your feet on the ground. Prepare yourself now for Shavasana. Let's take a wide version, legs nice and wide, arms will be wide, palms up, and give everything a little bit of a shake and a wiggle. As you do that, breathe in through your nose, let the breath out with a sigh. Face wiggle to release your jaw, your mouth, your lips. And enjoy the next couple of minutes in complete stillness. I am calm and relaxed. I now give my body permission to release and let go. Allowing for greater rejuvenation. Feeling more at ease. Restoring your natural health and well-being. Gently begin to reawaken your mind, your body, your breath. Open and close the hands, pedal your feet. You make circles with your ankles and your wrists. Allow for a full body stretch, interlacing the hands, reaching the arms overhead. Squeeze your thighs, your gluteal muscles, reach to your heels. As chin draws into the chest. Breathe deeply, hug the knees towards your chest, lift your forehead towards both knees, rock a little bit side to side. Roll onto your right side. Pause. One more full breath. Make your way back into seated. Let your eyes remain closed as you gather both hands together into your center. Bowing your head forward as though you're bowing and acknowledging your own heart, your own body, your own energy. Let an inner smile or an outer smile begin to grow. Notice how it feels to be in your body at this moment. Sending joy and well-being to every cell in your body. And this is practice specifically more for assimilation, digestion, elimination. Energy flows where focus goes. Direct your attention to your abdomen, your intestinal area, your kidneys. Send a smile and a thank you to these organs that work tirelessly for us each day that we don't often give much thought to. Take a long, deep breath. Let's float the arms skyward, breathe, and come back home to you. Namaste.